She was freedom and revolution, and she was always ahead of her time. And yeah, I'm talking about Frida Khalo today. She had polio when she was 6 years old. A few years after that, she was in a very serious accident. She was impaled, her spine was fractured, she broke her leg in 3 different places, and her foot was crushed. Nobody thought she could survive this accident. She had to stay with a full body cast for 3 months, and she took a very long time to recuperate. She would never lead a normal life, because even before this horrible accident, her health was already fragile. So I think one of the most important things to understand about Frida and her work is that pain was something that surrounded her all her life and all the time, every day, all day. But she had a good personality. Even when she was a child, she was very brave and very outspoken. And after the polio, her father, who was a very big influence in her life, encouraged her to do sports and things that girls wouldn't do at that time. So then and there, with the encouragement of her father, she started to do things that girls or women wouldn't do. So the sports thing, and she would dress up like a boy or like a man with suits and cut her hair short and do and be things that women in that time wouldn't do. Everything in Frida's life had a profound intensity. The way she loved, the way she endured pain. The love of her life was Diego Rivera, and he was a very famous Mexican muralist. And one day she took her paintings to him so he could give her some criticism and say what he thought about it. And he thought her work was amazing, as was she, of course. Not long after that, they got married. Their relationship wasn't a smooth one. Diego was unfaithful to her a lot, and that made her suffer very much. She decided at the time to follow him around and to be the good wife and to provide him with the environment that he would need to be the great painter, the great artist that he was. And like many of us women, Frida realized that she had conducted her life to please the man she was with, and she didn't get the same thing from him. She felt she was wasting her life and wasting her talent, so she separated from Diego and she got her own apartment. And she wrote in one of her diaries that if infidelity is a bourgeois thing, like Diego said, then I will not be bound by it anymore. And she had many lovers, men and women. In 1938, she had her first solo exhibition in New York City. And 1 year after that, she went to Paris to have another one. And then she met many brilliant artists from the time, like Pablo Picasso and Miró. And she was the first Mexican artist to have a painting bought by the Louvre. One thing that is very important to understand about Frida and her work is that she was a woman that was living in pain all day, every day. Worse days, better days, but pain was a constant, and she had to learn how to deal with that and how to deal with being in bed for months and months at a time. So painting for her was a way to make sense of all this pain, not only physical but emotional, all the problems that she had with Diego and the fact that she wanted to have a child but she couldn't. She had 2 abortions. She was considered a surrealistic painter, but she didn't embrace that title. She said she didn't paint dreams, she painted her reality. In her own words, she said, "I paint myself because I'm always alone, and I am the subject that I know most." She was living her life the best way she knew how. She liked to dance, she liked to drink, to smoke, to have people around her. She had bad moments, but she would continue until she could no more. And what about you? What do you think about the role that pain has in our lives? Because we all feel pain, emotional or physical, and we have to learn how to deal with it. And for some people, it paralyzes them, and for others, it makes them stronger. It makes them never to give up. It encourages them to overcome difficulties and be a better person or a wiser person. I don't think there is a right or a wrong. We can only do the things that we can do, and it's different for each person. But tell me what you think. Let's talk about it in the comments. Thank you for watching again, and bye-bye.